Hi, I find this different. This is the first time I've talked to a camera. I have to admit it's not as much fun as seeing you all in person, and certainly you're more beautiful than just looking at a camera. Nonetheless, this is the situation we find ourselves in. The final empowerment in the medicine Buddha practice is to use imagination and the brain-heart connection in a particular way. Visualization practice works with the ability to first learn presence practice so our minds can focus. Then in combination, you use the brain's ability to create pictures and states of mind. You're utilizing the brain's ability to imagine into existence. You've likely done some form of this every time you have a goal and accomplish the reality of the fruition. Imagination starts it all. All creativity, every painting, every song, every building, every invention started with imagination and creativity. You're tapping into that level of creative reality when you visualize. In this case, you're visualizing yourself as a being who's capable of healing all disease. You already have this skill. Let's practice together. So close your eyes, and in your mind, go to your kitchen. You could say paint or go to your kitchen. Then imagine you go to the drawer where you store your teaspoons and get one. And then go to the cabinet or wherever you have the cups and fill the cup with water from the faucet with the intention to make a cup of tea or coffee. Rest for a second and flesh out the details of your kitchen. Paint it in your mind to some detail. Can you see it? All right, open your eyes and come back. You've just accomplished a very complicated visualization. Again, let's try something else. Close your eyes and think of someone or perhaps a pet that you just simply love to be with. Be with that person or animal in the ease of sharing space. Perhaps a favorite setting arises as you naturally hang out. Think of the qualities that you really admire in that person or pet and let yourself enjoy the warmth of those feelings. Can you see that person smile, their eyes, what they're wearing, their posture, what's on their feet, whether they're having a good hair day? No. Notice how this visualization makes you feel. The mental painting had a joyous feeling state with it. In visualization, you're using the mind's ability to create what you want to see and the feeling state associated with that picture. Obviously, in this prayer, you're empowering yourself with the heartfelt desire to help with alleviating suffering. So you kind of instantly arise like you get this brand new body. There's a pause, you could say, where you almost allow yourself to erase your old body, and then you instantly arise as this magnificent being, this noble, dignified being, creature, God, deity, but you're built from light, a deep blue luminous light. Traditionally, the colors like the color of lapis lazuli, the stone, the mineral, but I personally use the profound blue of the deep blue ocean because it lends luminosity to it. You're a light being, translucent and pure. You have on a formal gown or you're magnificently dressed. It's usually a brocade maroon outer robe, like emperors used to wear or queens. In your left hand, you hold a begging bowl filled with supreme medicine. It represents all the medicines discovered and used by human beings throughout history. In the right hand, you have a particular flower from India called a rura flower. It represents all natural medicines. So you allow yourself first to become this extraordinarily wise, skillful, compassionate Buddha, enlightened being whose function it is to heal on any level you can imagine. You have a superpower. There's also, as you settle with the visualization, a kind of pulsating or radiating out of blue light rays or energy. This radiating out frequently synchronizes with the breath after you practice for a while. On the out breath, The radiating light touches all beings that need to be healed. And on the in-breath, you're empowered with all the wisdom, skill, knowledge of healers, doctors, nurses, shamans, inventors, researchers throughout history. So they fill this and empower this imaginary luminous body. And you have this superpower to radiate out and heal and then be filled with this beautiful history of altruistic beings. You have and are a medicine that will heal on all levels of disease. At first, really don't be overwhelmed by the complexity. Be simple at first. Blue light, wanting to help. Get comfortable with the visualization. I've left some visual aids to help you. Then start to bring in a person, a place, a specific person, or someone you want to help with. I actually keep a list of friends or situations I'm praying for. I do recommend having a prayer list. Then once you've stayed with that person for a certain while with the visualization, the intent and hope that you help them, enlarge the picture to a wider and wider scope of who and what needs to be touched by healing. I generally end up with a picture in my mind of the earth itself after I've expanded it to more beings and more beings. And finally, I just end up with the earth, that beautiful blue globe that we've all seen, the spaceship that you and I get to share. The practice may take a few minutes or it might be hours. Now, I use a mala. I've said sometimes a mala or a rosary is a nice way of demarking the mantra, the saying of the mantra. And when you've expanded your sphere of that practice into the environment, eventually, just naturally kind of let the holding of the visualization go and just be with your simple presence. Your eyes might be open, your eyes might be closed, and you just rest with great appreciation and heart, both for the ability to care, but also there's just kind of a buzz or an empowerment that doing the practice happens, and you just feel and enjoy that. Rest there as long as you wish. It might be a few seconds, it might be many minutes. This is traditionally in the Buddhist tradition called the completion stage. You've generated this skill or skill set, or you've engendered or awakened your heart, you've engendered and awakened compassion, and then you let everything go and just feel your natural state of mind. You rest in this empty presence, aglow with heartfelt intention. Next, after you've done that for a while and you want to come back to the quote-unquote real world, you say out loud your aspirations for doing the practice. And then by dedicating the merit, you let go of any self-involved heroics. You wish all to benefit from your practice. You give the merit of your practice away. You don't burden yourself or fool yourself with any sense of aggrandizement or accomplishment. Truthfully, in the 35 years I've done Medicine Buddha, I've rarely focused on my own health. Once or twice when I was acutely sick. Also, I've rarely asked for a specific outcome. I've just asked for the enlightened wisdom to take care of the fruition or the outcome that I'm praying for. Once I did pray for a friend that was in a life and death situation, and that friend did live, but there seemed to be a toll for that kind of intervention. I generally end up, after my list of specific people is accomplished, to all beings, for instance, suffering from that particular disease. And then I expand it to all beings on the globe, and I visualize beings of the air, the birds of the oceans, the fish, the whales, the insects, the world leaders, the environment, the economy, many dimensions of healing and disease to be affected. It's a practice that, of course, unfolds and deepens as you do it. So, and then you're using this instantly throughout the day to kind of flash yourself as this superhero, this superpower. Actually, whenever you encounter some form of misunderstanding or hurt or pain, you just flash this sense of wanting to help, of wanting to both empathize and take away the suffering of a mistaken mind, of solid mind. So I hope you enjoy this. I've invited you to join in a couple practice sessions. I hope to see you at one of those. Aloha.